Hey guys, so was trying to do an onslaught block draft. Unfortunately, those things just were not firing. So I'm gonna do one more cube. Got some cool stuff. I like the ramp. I like the mono red burn spell. I think I'm probably just gonna take Liliana. No, you know what? I might just want to take Lightning Bolt. I mean, it's a pretty strong card. Really, I don't know. This pack isn't too great, so yeah, let's just take Lightning Bolt. It'll make a lot more decks than Liliana will make. This pack. Nothing of interest for red, unless I take the Firecat second. But we got some O-Ring, good answer. We got Rancor, which is a good card. Shield Dread, I think I'm just probably going to take Rancor here. Rancor is very powerful when used correctly. Okay, we do have some red deck stuff in this pack. Keldon Marauders are pretty good, probably a little better than Ember Hauler. And there's nothing else that really pulls me in another direction, so I think we'll just stay on target if it will and take the Keldon Marauders. Okay, so this pack, lots of good stuff. If we're just trying to jam mono red here, we probably want to pick up the Ruin Blaster. Gilded Lotus is pretty sweet, so is Image. But, yeah, might as well just try and slam the mono red deck. Why not? Thunderblast is okay, I guess, but like 5 drops aren't really like the thing you're looking for in these kind of decks. It's more 1 drop, 2 drops with a little 3 drops. Goblin Ruin Blaster is really a 4 drop though. That's worth noting. So, okay. Wow, land tax. As tempted as I am to take land tax or one of these blue cards, I think we should just try and keep cutting red and just see where that takes us. I don't think I've ever really forced the mono red deck before, so this could be fun. And if we end up with some green lands and enough creatures, like some red-green duels, I would have no problem playing Rancor. I think it's a really strong card. So, nothing for the mono red deck here, so we might have to look into being a bit more green-based as well. But I'm just going to take Survival, because it's a very powerful card. And hopefully we can build around it. I think Stormblood Berserker is a little better than Geopede. I think. I don't know, I could be wrong. Geopede's really good with fetches and shit, but yeah, let's take Stormblood Berserker. Shrine's actually a really solid one for the red deck. The fact that we're getting it late might be a good sign that this is open. Yeah, we can hope. Okay, so we wheeled some stuff there. We took the only red card in the pack, so I wasn't expecting to wheel anything. But we wheeled some lands. I feel like Lava Claw Reaches is a bit better overall, but the fact that we already have these green cards means we definitely just want the Rootbound Crag here. Alright, Red Elemental Blast is a sweet sideboard card, but we wield the Firecat, who will totally make our deck. Now that we're more sure this is the path we're going down, I have no problem picking him up. Chrome Mox is actually pretty decent as well, but and good sideboard card, good land to have actually, but I just really want the 2-drop more. And Ember Hauler is good at burning people out as well, and he's a creature. Wow. We wield Thunderblast too, so we got a 5-drop now. Thunderblast, not the biggest fan of, but mostly because it doesn't have trample on its first time around. But it's still fine. And Tandem Lookout, I guess, is the thing. If I picked up dual lands, I'd have the most chance of splashing. I don't like either of those cards, but we're wheeling all the red cards. That's a really good sign. Oh, what? Okay, this deck's open. That's sweet. Yeah, last pick Geopede. That's pretty solid. We're gonna hide Lookout. Probably won't even play Survival, but did I hide it already? I didn't think I hit. Yeah, there it is. But we'll probably end up playing Rancor. Okay. We've got a bunch of sweet stuff here. We got a land, good land, mono red land. Probably just gonna take Chandra's Phoenix. There's no solid burn spells in this pack or anything, so don't really see the point in going anywhere else but Chandra's Phoenix. I think the best card is probably Vidalcan Shackles. Yeah, Chandra's Phoenix it is. Okay. Gathen Raiders are like fine, but they're not that great. And since I'm thinking I'm gonna splash green, I'm probably just gonna pick up Garrick here because he's really solid, and I will definitely not be sad to have him in the deck. Okay. Um, Grim Lavamancer is pretty decent. He's not as good as using like Constructed or anything. You just have to have a lot of burn. Mishra's Factory is a colorless land. I don't think you can be unhappy playing this deck. Probably going to pick up Solifuge though. I feel like it's a bit stronger than Lavamancer, and we have some chance at wheeling Lavamancer, and yeah, Solifuge is a good card. Okay. The mono red is shoring up a little, unfortunately. I guess we're going to take Gargadon. I actually don't think he fits in with most mono red decks, but he's a mono red card. Like the other option, he was like Birthing Pod or Jade Mage. I don't think we're going to be going that far green to make either of those that good. So let's just take Gargadon even if he doesn't make the deck. Alright. Sacred Foundry is not a land we really need at current. And I'm not the biggest fan of Firestorm. Some people are, but... So I'm going to take Ankh. Ankh can be a really good card in these kind of decks because you usually want to make it so you don't need too many lands. And so dropping this once you hit 4 lands or so is really solid. Wow. As much as I want to take Avalanche Riders, we already have quite a few 4-drops, and maybe they'll wheel. Definitely want to pick up Arc Trail, though. Hopefully I wheel either Slagstorm or Avalanche Riders. I'm definitely happy playing all 3 of these cards, but I feel like Arc Trail is the best one. Here, yeah, there's... I think it just must be the pack distribution. I'm not a big fan of Devastating Dreams. Not a big fan of any of these in our deck, really. I guess I'll take Relic as sideboard tech. I don't know. So... Hell's Thunder. It's a fine card. We really need some 1-drops. That's one thing we're missing right now, is some good, solid 1-drops. Hopefully those don't get snatched up by someone else. I think it's just the pack. But, yeah. Hell's Thunder. Totally what we're going to pick up here. It's not the best, but it is some decent reach. It just doesn't trample, so if they have flyers of their own, it's like really mediocre. Okay, Teetering Peaks is going to be the pick here. No problem playing it over a mountain. It's usually pretty good. Lumberjack really doesn't do anything in our deck, and we don't need the Blood Crypt at the moment, so I'm going to take the Peaks. Alright, yeah, so we wheeled Gathen Raiders, and we're going to slam them. I think the reason we're not getting 1-drops is just the way the packs have been coming out. Like, this deck seems really open. We're wheeling all the mono red stuff. Hey, 1-drop. So, hopefully we can find a few more of those. He's like, this guy's one of the more late gamey of the 1-drops. Out of these, I guess Jade Mage. Not going to be plain Jade Mage. I want to limit my, my forests. Like, hopefully we can find more red-green duels. Alright, Firestorm. It could potentially make the deck. Neither of these are really good. They're both really niche cards, so. And the other red, yeah, so we're wheeling all the red stuff. I've no doubt our deck's open. We just have to get the right kind of stuff, like Goblin Guide, Sulfuric Vortex, that kind of crap. We should be in business. There's a few things I want to cut here, but most of it, what I have here, I like quite a bit. So, okay. So we have 2 of the better 4-drops. These guys are certainly up there with Hellrider and Keldon Champion, who I think are the best 2. We also have Strip Mine, which is a really sweet one, but I think I'm just going to take one of these guys here. And I think I want Koth a little more than Hero right now. Although Koth does have the most chance of wheeling if you're not mono red. Yeah, I still think I want him in the deck a little more than Hero, so I'm going to grab him. Okay, so not a lot in this pack, once again. Looks like we're just going to be adding to our 4-drop Planeswalkers, which isn't too bad. Chandra seems alright in our deck, not great. She better in red decks with a little more burn, but, you know, she's still fine. Our red deck's looking kind of mid-rangey, so I have to see how this works out. Alright. We've got the Garrick that cannot fit in our deck. Basically, if I had some blue stuff, I'd consider Electrolyze here, but Magma Jet's really good. Really solid burn spell, and so I'm going to pick that up here. Okay. So we don't have really the lands to splash for Olivia at this point. So I'm gonna just take another burn spell. I mean, they're good. And Arc Lightning has a really high. It's very similar to Arc Trail. They have really high 2-for-1 potentials. This one even has possible 3-for-1. And the more burn spells in your deck, the better generally. So Reckless Charge is interesting, I will say. And we actually have quite a few creatures for deck, but a lot of them have haste. So what I'm going to do is take Ram Gang here, because we can even cast it off our green stuff, since we're probably going to be playing a forest or two, unfortunately. But Ram Gang's a really decent 3-drop. Okay. Adamant Maniac is not one of the better 1-drops, however he is a 1-drop, and we will probably end up playing him, because we need more of those. He's a 2-1, but he's just an awful top deck in the late game, which is unfortunate. Well, we got another 1-drop. One of the weaker 1-drops as well. We got, like, him and Lavamancer are, like, the utility ones, but I'm not a big fan of Refugee. 10th Street Hooligan, it'd be fine in our deck, but I'm definitely going to take Spike Shot Elder over it. And this pack, well, there's nothing for us, which is unfortunate. I guess we'll take Sneak Attack just because it's red, but it has no actual purpose in our deck, unfortunately. Yeah, we're not finding enough of the cheap red cards or the red-green lands, and the red-green lands could certainly be getting snatched up by someone else, but I was hoping we get the cheap 1-drops, because look, we wheel everything red. It's just the packs that have kind of got us, so snap up the hero. I would just assume that there was no Goblin Guide or Sulfuric Vortex or any of that in the draft, which is unfortunate, but it's a large cube, that happens, and I think our deck should still be fine, so. There was no red cards in this pack to begin with, so I guess Lodestone Golem is probably not an awful 4-drop in some matchups. Like, he's got decent stats for a 4-drop. 5/3 is not bad, especially for an artifact. And, like, keeping them off their more expensive stuff is obviously good. Sure, Terminate, although... yeah, we don't even really have the mana fixing to play our green cards that well. Like, I don't think I'm going to play Survival. Yeah, okay. None of these really matter. Yeah. I closed my eyes and clicked. Nothing happened. I'm never finding, or we'll just let it pick randomly for us. Phyrexian Rager, sure. No, I don't want Reckless Charge. I'd rather just have Prey Upon. Like, I'm not gonna be. I think the 2 green cards I want to play are See, like we're getting 1-drops like Goblin Welder, and they don't really even support like the Tinker archetype. See, like Volshock, we wheeled like red was just so open. There just wasn't all the cards that we would want for a red deck. But we still have, I think, a pretty alright deck. It's a little slower than most red decks, but it's still fine. So I'll see you guys in deck building. Alright, unfortunately, we can't play 16 lands with this. It's going to have to be 17, and they're not going to be all mountains, because we didn't really see the mana fixing for red-green. But Rune Blaster, I guess, could be sideboard if we wanted it to. But the fact that we do have some hybrid red-green cards makes playing a couple of green lands a little easier. Yeah. Guess Thunderblast is going to be making the cut. Shrine for sure, probably Ankh. And Garrick, Rancor are going to be our green cards. Okay, what do I want to cut? Probably just Thunderblast. Yeah, probably Thunderblast. Thunderblast is like the least use for the deck, so. Let's throw it there. Let's throw these 2 in. And then I think we're going to go 2 forests. Maybe I should just do 3. We got the Rootbound Crag. I think I'm going to be alright with 2. I want a lot of mountains. Okay. That should be good. We're going to try this out. It's an interesting mono-red version, so yeah, I'll see you guys in there. Alright, so unfortunately we are